Hi,
Hi.
it's Mrs. Lampin and my daughter Maddie to talk about drawing tools today. So drawing tools that you might want for art class. The first thing we're going to talk about is a sketchbook. You will need a sketchbook, and basically a sketchbook is just paper with no lines on it. So it's just filled with white paper. You don't need to spend a lot. Michael's has sketchbooks for $5 all the way up to $30. Please buy a cheap one or use one from another year because we're going to go through a lot of paper and you don't want to spend a lot. Okay, we're going to talk about our basic drawing pencils now. So this is your kit for at school. Maddie, can you hold it up a little higher so they can see? Great. And we store it in a tennis can. So Maddie, show us how to safely get those things out.
So around the edge, it's really sharp. I don't prefer you to touch it to see if it is, but you want to gently just tip it out, and you will get your supplies. It may take a couple shifts to get the right supplies, but it's easier.
So we're going to talk about the drawing pencils, and I only have about 3 per kit here in the art room, but you really don't need that many. They come in kits of up to 12. Probably don't need that, but what is special about drawing pencils? So drawing pencils, you're going to notice they have letters and numbers on the end. So here in the art room, we have a 2H, a 2B, and an HB. An HB is kind of a middle of the road pencil. Your B pencils are kind of special. They have a lot of graphite, but less binder. Binder is a kind of glue that holds the powdered graphite together so it can fit into a pencil and be strong enough for you to draw with. So if you have a 2B pencil, that's the lightest of the B range pencils. And that just means it's going to draw kind of light in value. If you have a 4B or a 6B or an 8B, it's going to go even darker value. So a 4B or a 6B pencil are really nice to have if you want to do a lot of shading or shadows. We don't have too many of those in the art room, but I have plenty to share if you're looking for one. A 2H pencil. Let's talk about H pencils. H pencils are a little bit harder. They have a lot of binder and less graphite. So a 2H pencil is quite light when you sketch with it. Now, they go up too to like a 2H, a 4H, 6H. If you draw with a 6H pencil, it's going to be almost invisible. It's so light. So I probably wouldn't focus on getting too many H pencils. They're a little bit too light. And your HB is kind of like your regular number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of the breakdown of drawing pencils. Maddie, did we mention tortillions yet?
This is a tortillion. It's a soft piece of paper wrapped up very tightly to blend different drawings.
Yes, and the tortillions are pretty inexpensive. You can get a pack for about $3, and it might come with maybe 6 or 8 tortillions. But I do have a lot in the art room, so if you're in school and you want to take one home, I've got plenty. Just ask. And it's just a better thing to blend your graphite for shadows or gradual shading than your finger. Sometimes people blend with their finger and you can make it kind of streaky because your finger always has some little bit of oil in it. And you don't really want to do that. It's not going to erase very well. But let's say you're at home and you don't have a tortilla. Maddie, what could you use?
You could use a soft piece of tissue or a Q-tip.
Yeah, Q-tips work great because you can sneak in there. A tissue is perfect for a larger area of blending, or you can tighten it up kind of like a tortilla and blend that way.
How about a piece of paper?
Piece of paper you could use if it's not too hard. You could try to roll it up and use it. Maybe experiment with that. You'll also want a decent eraser that you kind of just dedicate towards art. These kind of white harder erasers work pretty well. They don't usually smear things. Or there's an eraser called a pink pearl that works really well too. And then maybe a sharpener that you use. And that's about it. So those are your basic drawing tools that you will need in class and at home.
Bye.
Thank you.